I could tell you the very first movie that I remember going to, or at least it had a really profound effect on me, was the very first Indiana Jones. I was 8 years old. I was in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'll never forget it. It was sold out. That was the movie I thought, wow, I would love to do that one day. I would love to be that guy. Interestingly enough, the only issue was I didn't grow up in a Hollywood family. My family wasn't studio executives or actors, so there was no connection. I wasn't quite too sure how I was going to make it, how that was going to happen, but I was hoping one day that it would. I wanted to be a cross between Harrison Ford and Elvis Presley. I was such a big fan of Elvis, and I remember saying to my mom at that time, like, I want to be him and Elvis. And she was, of course, sure, honey, absolutely. There was a certain magic that I didn't know, that I didn't quite know we were gonna capture when I was kissing Steve Carell. And we did, we kissed, and frankly, and this is the first time I said this publicly, I felt something. I felt something more than I typically do in acting. And for that, sometimes in life, and this is one of those moments where there are no words, and he was really amazing. It could go on and on and on. I fell in love with the game of football, and I started playing football when I was 14 years old. At first, my position was left out because I wasn't that good. Football was a way out. I had spent a lot of time trying to stay on the right path. I was doing a lot of things that I shouldn't have been doing when I was young, when I was a teenager, and paid the price for them. I was arrested a couple of times, and I was really lucky that I had a coach who eventually became a father figure in my life, who saw the potential in me, even though I didn't see the potential in myself at that time. I've got some pretty good hands. Yeah, they are good hands. I always say these hands will take care of you. When I was 15 or 16 years old, I went on an audition for a soap opera. And I forgot which one it was. I drove to New York, we're downtown, and I read for it, and I had no acting experience at all. I probably got through 4 lines before they had said, that's fantastic, but you know what, I think we're going to go in a different direction. Thank you very much. And I was like, oh, okay, great. But I did great. It was, it was very genuine. Did I do good? I wanted feedback. And they were like, yeah, sure. No, you did great. Absolutely. Somebody get that cardboard box and just set it here, because it'd probably be just the same. And then I had another audition with Stephen Sommers. That was my big audition for The Mummy Returns. I had one line in the movie, and that wasn't even English. It was Egyptian dialogue. It was Aku Mashente. And I'll never forget it. It probably means, are you silly enough to actually say these lines? And I was at that time. Self-deprecating humor is my favorite type of humor. If there's one comedic actor that I aspired to be like for years, and still do, and I admire him greatly, it would be Gene Wilder. A guy who was so honest in his performances, and his eyes never lie, and but yet at the same time, there's great subtleties and truth in his performances that make it just so incredibly funny. Even though I was doing, my first 3 or 4 movies were action movies, I was trying to inject as much humor as I possibly could in them. I do believe that there was a great benefit in playing football at that level. College prepares you for life, but then when you have the added element of being a student athlete, that requires a great deal of responsibility and capacity, and it's a lot of pressure. Certainly by comparison, it's not like you're a soldier, and I'm lucky that I have some family members who are incredible soldiers too. So I think that football or certainly military will prepare you for life.